Imagine a world where your house is a secret underground base, your grocery store is a magical forest, and your internet is kept inside your grandpa's brain. This isn't a sci-fi movie. It's the true story of the Sedix people and how they turned a beautiful valley into a 10,000-year-long summer camp, the ultimate spawn point. About 10,000 years ago, the giant ice sheets covering North America finally started to leave the group chat. As the landscape reshuffled, a group known as the Salix Okanagan people seemed to have spawned with pinpoint GPS precision into a god-tier map, the Okanagan Valley. Following the silver flash of jumping salmon, they trekked north from what is now Washington State until they hit the northern tip of a massive, shimmering lake. One look at the lush forests, sparkling water, and the endless supply of snacks, berries, roots, and fish, and realized they had found a lying flat paradise where food grew itself. They decided to settle on the spot, and the folk teased their leader. Chief, you are the most learned. Give this place a name, so our relatives know where to send the mail. The chief pondered and said, Inquala, a poetic term meaning the place where the river narrows. Today, we call it Vernon Dot, the four great mentors. The CXS didn't just stumble into success. They had four legendary mentors who provided the ultimate survival guide at the start of their journey. In their stories, these are the four food chiefs. Black Bear, Schemaxist, the chief of all land animals, who taught them about leadership and the selfless act of sharing. Salmon, Intitix, the chief of the water creatures, who taught them about sacrifice and living in rhythm with the river. Bitterroot, Xia, the chief of things under the ground, teaching them that even in the harshest times, the earth still hides golden carbohydrates. Saskatoonberry, Stillsex, is the chief of things above the ground, reminding them that life isn't just about surviving, it's about the sweetness of the harvest. Masters of the invisible clubhouse. If you think the CX were just roughing it in basic tense, you've underestimated these prehistoric civil engineering moguls. They invented a black-tech winter home called a kikuli. This was a semi-underground masterpiece that used the Earth's natural insulation like a giant thermos. While it was shivering -20 degrees Celsius outside, the interior stayed cozy and warm. It was the original, zero-energy, eco-friendly HVAC system. Back then, if you walked through the valley, you wouldn't see any mansions, just the little vents in the ground puffing out wood smoke. The 10,000-year seasonal loop. The CX didn't just stay put. They lived a life of full-terrain seasonal loop vacations. They were the ultimate time management masters, living strictly by nature's schedule. Winter, they became marmots, snuggling into their warm underground cactus. Spring, when the first flowers popped up, it was like a phone notification. The Earth's blind box is opening. They headed to the highlands to harvest bitterroot, the golden carb. Summer, the seafood festival, arrived as salmon swam thousands of miles right to their doorstep, the ultimate annual seafood gift pack. Autumn, the mountains turned into a giant dessert station full of berries, which they dried into the world's first energy bars. The biological hard drive. Many people think that without a written language, a civilization's progress bar is stuck. But the Celix realized that paper, rots, and stone is too heavy. Instead, they built the most flexible, unhackable server ever, the human mind. Their system, Captiqual, is a rigorous, oral constitution. They didn't just tell boring facts. They turned every law and map into a vivid story, essentially putting a beautiful UI on dry computer code so it would be easy to remember and pass down. Prehistoric blockchain technology. How do you keep history accurate for thousands of years without writing it down? You use distributed storage. Every important event was memorized by multiple families. During big gatherings, they would sync their data. If one family's version didn't match the others, it was flagged as a corrupted node and corrected. This system was so precise that modern geologists have found that CVX stories about lake levels from the end of the Ice Age match the scientific data perfectly. The mountain news feed, those red drawings you see on the rocks around Vernon, aren't just doodles. They are pictographs, the tribe's original social media and newsfeed. Using a mixture of ochre and animal fat, they created an abstract outdoor survival guide. A simple drawing wasn't just art. It was a status update. Huge school of salmon 5 kilometers ahead. Don't miss out. Some were even encrypted codes, used to communicate with the divine during sacred rituals. A different kind of success. While other civilizations were busy building tall towers or long walls, the Silks chose to build their homes in the earth, carve their laws into stone, and back up their history in the minds of their children. Their biological hard drive never crashed. Today, they use drones to track salmon and social media to share ancient legends. They didn't vanish. They just didn't become what we expected. As long as the mountains sting and the stories are told, this civilization will keep moving forward all the way until the next Ice Age.